I should say the Sklar brothers are going to be in Los Angeles at Supernova, the cool outdoor venue, the sort of pop-up comedy club that has remained through COVID. That'll be August 30th. So that's the place where you talk to whoever's putting the show on, and they go, "What's parking like?" And they go, "Just pull up to the lot. The guy will have the thing there. He'll be prepaid, and he'll know." And then you just pull up, and he goes, "What is?" And you go, "I'm comedian. Not funny." What do I was told no room.
No room.
Yeah, I don't have cash. Then he's like, "You can Venmo me," and I'm like, "I don't know if I want to have that relationship with you." Yeah, I have your Venmo name in my Venmo.
3 weeks down the road, Guillermo is asking you for more money. Right. I don't want to give him more money.
Yeah, they never have any idea who you are, what you're doing there, why, and it's a front personally that you would try to pull into their lot.
You got to drive up with your IMDb profile open on your phone. This is who we are.
We're going fourth in the lineup. It's a great show,
You could take a minivan and put... Jerry Seinfeld could drive, and George Carlin could be riding shotgun, and Red Fox could be in the backseat, and you could pull up to any one of these lots at any one of these clubs at any place, and if it doesn't, we're all full. Funny.
We're all full. We're all full.
We don't know who you are.
We don't know who you are. It's Seinfeld.
They don't recognize anybody. And whatever this conversation that allegedly was had between the guy who throws the show and the guy who's running the parking, it never happened.
No,
it's never happened.
They don't communicate.
That's the it's fine of it all. I feel like that's happening a lot. There's, one of my favorite TikTok videos ever to see. It was like a woman. She was so drunk, she just goes and lays down in like a row of hedges.
So I'm gonna lay down.
Bed. I'm gonna lay down. She lays down in the hedges, and then the best part is her friend, who's even drunker. To everyone who's walking by,
she's fine.
She's fine. She's fine.
No one asked you.
First of all, she's not fine.
She's an alcoholic.
You're an enabler. Like, you're enabling this behavior. She's not fine. The more you say it, the less I believe it.
Branches.
It's fine. Just go park there. It's fine. It's not fine.
No, it's not fine.
It's not fine.
All right. Sorry, Gina.
Well, let's talk about someone we haven't talked about in a while, Gary Busey.
Oh.
He is back in the news with a vengeance. He's been charged with multiple sex offenses after allegedly groping 3 women on Friday at the Monster Mania convention in Cherry Hill,
I suspect
New Jersey.
Gary's head injury is affecting his behavior.
That's right. The women say they were touched inappropriately during the meet and greet, and now TMZ, of course, has finally revealed what the hell happened. The 78-year-old was a featured celebrity at the con. It was last month, or earlier this month. Busey was charged with 2 counts of 4th-degree criminal sexual contact.
Okay,
so I never know the degree. I know like a 3rd-degree burn is bad. But first degree murder is the worst.
Like, where can we get on the same page where the
second degree burn is not as bad as 3rd degree burn, but first degree murder is worse.
The worst murder.
Can we do?
I'm same with bra cup size. You know what I mean? A, B, C, D, triple D. Just fucking move on to E, would you? We have so many letters left in the alphabet.
Why did we pull up at D?
Why did we pull up at D? And if so, then why no double C?
No.
Which would be a D.
Which could then be a D. Yes.
Now we're back to D.
And that's all. And that's all Gary Busey was trying to do.
That's all he was trying to do.
Examine women's bra sizes.
Well, you're not wrong.
Well,
You're
I'm not wrong.
Close. Giving I'll
tell you.
mammograms?
According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, one of them says that Busey put his face close to her breasts and asked her where she got them. He then allegedly attempted to unlatch her bra strap.
Do you think he's got one of his cool kind of soliloquy acronyms for grab, rub, grope?
Be ready anytime.
Grope is grab, rub,
open,
assault.
Yeah.
The other woman claimed that he grabbed her butt. Soon after, a man reported that Busey grabbed his daughter's butt. Busey, who is charged with several counts of committing criminal sexual contact and a count of harassment, says nothing happened.
He is mentally unwell.
What?
Abuse.
Come on.
He should not be out in public. And also, what's the name of this thing?
Monster Mania.
If you go to Monster Mania, you expect to be groped.
That's a very good point.
It's not their fault. Like, he definitely did something wrong.
It's on the ticket stub.
No, you're right. And to prove your point, on the other side of that coin, I had never felt safer in my life than I did at Comic-Con.
Right.
Because those nerds ain't trying to get in a
Nobody's
fight.
going to do it, but Monster.
Yeah, that might be different.
I don't know.
Yeah, you want to go hang out with the juggalos.
Yes.
Prepare
I went to the
for
Juggalo.
groping.
Yeah.
You've been to see?
No, but I'm saying if I go to the Juggalo, you're like, and people really treated me inappropriately.
Yeah, my feeling, if you're hanging with the Juggalos or going to Sturgis or Monster or whatever, that's
on you.
That's on you.
If you go to the Monster, whatever this thing is, and then go to see Gary Busey, you have to be on your guard. I would tell anyone, any of my friends, female friends, my wife, my daughters, if you're going to this thing, just be on your guard. Stay away. The same way you'd be like, hey, don't get too close to whatever cage.
Like that's like that. There's also famous video of a guy. I want to say it's in Thailand where he gets really close to the monkey cage, and the orangutan grabs his shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Pulls his leg, then puts like 4 hands around his leg. They're trying to pull him away. It's like you walk too close to the cage.
No.
Gary Busey should be in a cage. We walk by, we see him. That's the guy from the thing. Great. Don't talk to me. Make up a little, an act.
And I'm going to go one step further. I think Jake Busey should be.
Throw him in a cage.
Put him in a cage too.
Where the hell's Jake Busey?
He's going to have to answer to this, I feel like.
Oh, man.
Where's Jake?
Yeah, they always do this thing where they go, nobody deserves to be groped, which I, agree with. But if you're hanging with the Juggalos versus going to synagogue, I would say I can be more surprised and more outraged statistically.
It's if someone dies in a car crash, it is tragic because you don't expect is that if someone dies summiting Everest,
right?
You say to yourself, it's tragic because he had a wife and they had kids, whatever. But like,
can't bury him.
You know, going up to Everest, there is an area called the death zone.
That's right.
You could die if you go up there.
That's what they call the area around Gary Busey.
The death zone.
The grope zone.
But then on TMZ, there's pictures of him like dropping a deuce at a Malibu park or something.
What?
Oh yeah,
He's not well.
He's not well.
He took his pants down at a park in Malibu.
He needs more care. He needs more. And this is the thing that will be like, look, we need to corral him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I hope.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about another celebrity dropping his pants. The mystery has been solved as to who posted that pic across all social media of Tommy Lee's penis.
Oh, right.
Tommy Lee did.
Yeah.
When he in a blackout.
This call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, he says that infamous photo, which is still up, by the way, and we have it, though I took an emoji to the tip of it so it wouldn't be as jarring for you guys. Yeah, you put that up for the gentleman. So he and that is there's still like another like 40%.
No, that was my whole thing, which is I was going to pre-pixel my dong, but have it go past my knee.
Yeah,
just exactly. Have the pixels the pixels keep going.
So he shaves himself to try to make it look longer. I mean, that is part of what he's doing down there. Just so we know. I mean,
I just love that he's in pretty good shape. You got to give the guy credit. What is he like? Got to be about 55, maybe.
He could be 60. Yeah,
he could be
60.
He could be. Although I have been watching some of those videos of Motley Crue, and it's like, just get a new guy. Like, do what Journey did. Get a Filipino guy who can be Filipino Motley Crue, and he can sound exactly like Filipino Vince Neil. He'll sound great. It'll sound like it did in the 80s. Because whatever Vince Neil's doing right now is just scary.
Yes.
It is not appropriate.
Remember when he went on Celebrity Skating with the Stars? That was a thing. Vince Neil did like figure skating.
Ice skating?
Yeah, figure skating with the Stars.
Seems
Vince
dangerous.
Neil. That's dangerous.
Tommy Lee's 59, by the way.
59. You're right.
Yeah, I said 60.
Yeah.
60.
So he was so Tommy Lee addressed the crowd during a Motley Crue show in San Antonio on Sunday. Said that a couple of weeks ago he had a 2-week break and he went on a bender and then posted naked pics of himself. He then invited the crowd, saying he's usually a breast man, but tonight anyone who he'd be happy to see everybody's junk.
Go see Gary Busey backstage.
That's right.
So, I heard that Nikki Sixx saw that picture and he died.
Oh, no.
And then he came back to life because that's what he does. He dies and then he comes back to life.
That's his move. Nikki Sixx, Mr. Average, right?
That's right. That's his move. He dies and comes back to life.
Can you find Busey with his pants off on TMZ?
Oh, boy. So he's using that bench like a toilet seat.
Also, maybe you do the crazy mafia don move.
Oh, yeah.
You're going
the Corrado Soprano move.
Busted for some shenanigans.
He's definitely had an IV in that right arm.
That's
number one. Number two, maybe the worst mowed park in all of Beverly Hills.
Right.
Like, do a better job mowing that lawn. I don't like the landscaping in front.
Have we ever seen Gary Busey and John Elway in the same room?
Never.
No.
That could be the same guy.
Same guy.
Let's talk about a celebrity who, I guess you could say she stuck her foot in her mouth a little bit. Kathy Hilton has drawn some unwanted attention after her appearance on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live in a bit called Will Kathy Know Them? They put up pictures of big celebrities, and Kathy had to say who they were, but things got a little messy when they put up a picture of Lizzo.
Oh, no.
She thought she was precious.
Why would you step on my video like that?
I saw TMZ.
So here's the video. Here's what happened.
Lady.
Yes.
I feel like I do. Precious?
No, that's not.
Oh my God. I don't know who.
Oh, but wait, this is her recovery.
I have no idea who Kathy is.
That is Lizzo.
She is precious.
But you have to know.
She is precious.
What I call her.
You have to know there's going to be a black simile situation here when you do that. You front load. The producers knew what they were doing.
It is
They
bad
set her
bitch
up.
o'clock up in that
It
up
is
in that studio.
Thick 30.
Yeah.
So Kathy has since come out and said her eyesight isn't very good.
Oh, shut up.
my
Shut up.
God! No.
No one
Doesn't
can.
know.
Okay, this is the thing, and I want to know, Adam. I want to know your attitude about this. No one can take an L anymore in this life. Nobody. You can't fire someone without them coming back to the office with a gun. You can't break up to someone
That's right.
without them stalking you all day. Take the L. You
the L.
made a mistake.
But I would also, but here's the other thing if you sort of reverse engineer this thing. If they put a large scale black woman on there, if they do this, I don't know, she's 69 years old, 70 years old. I don't
think
know. Whatever she is. She's probably, she doesn't know who Lizzo is.
Right.
So she's going to guess about another black woman who's heavy set.
Patty McDaniel.
Yeah, the same way you
Nell Carter, like no,
but
it's
some
not.
way, but it's the same thing
Mom
you would do
Mabley.
if they put a white heavyset chick up there, and you would guess the other heavyset chick up there. But now you have three possible choices when the producers take the heavyset black chick. You can either guess the wrong black chick, in which case we'll be talking about you on this podcast,
That's right,
TMZ.
exactly. Thank
Or you cannot know, which makes you semi-racist and out of it. Just I don't know who that is. That's not a great look either if it's the black chick.
Right.
Or you can get it dead nuts on, but you're never going to do it because she's nowhere near your
I'm going to
demo.
give you a fourth thing, and it's because Kathy Hilton is not a smart human being.
63
This is
years
true.
of age.
So
Not that
Kathy Hilton, she's only 4 years older than a shirtless and penisless Tommy
That's
Lee.
right.
No, but Tommy Lee and her are 4 years apart. Let's just talk about that.
Yeah.
She looks like a mess. But I'm saying, you say, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. And then they're like, then Andy Cohen says, that's Lizzo. And then you turn around, Kathy Hilton, and say, well, I didn't recognize her with her clothes on.
Oh, that's
That's what she
good.
said.
Constantly being shown without her clothes on, and then that's
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like
That's
that's how
real
you
good.
save it. But
But
a woman
I'm
like that
saying,
can't save it.
I don't think it's fair that if you guess the wrong black person, you're racist.
Right.
But if you guess the wrong white person, you're just wrong.
I think also the fact that this was a,
think you're racist there,
a
too.
fictional black person.
Yeah, she didn't say Gabrielle
Precious.
today.
That's the only large black person you know?
No.
I think if she even went with Gabourey, she would be screwed.
I would be impressed if she.
If she pulled the name out, but we still have. You're not allowed to guess the wrong black person.
Right, but I think
She's not
on
a
a
racist.
show
She's
like
just dumb.
Yeah.
This is just a
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah,
person.
This is
She could be a racist. I don't know. I can't say that she's definitely not, but she's not because she made the wrong choice. She's a dummy.
But
She
you
doesn't
can't
know
call her a
stuff.
racist for that choice right there.
Right.
Right. Well, NBC and the Television Academy have finally found a host for this year's Emmys ceremony, and it happened
All
I
right,
think a
we'll
week
do it.
ago.
Fine, we'll
Good.
do it.
This was awkward. I didn't want to do it with a
We'll
hot mic.
do it. All right.
If you don't do it, it will be SNL's Kenan Thompson.
Great.
The choice of Thompson is a reminder how much of a presence he has at SNL, despite the fact that the network canceled Thompson's comedy Kenan after 2 seasons. Thompson also he has a lot of hosting experience. Last year he hosted both the 2021 Kids' Choice Awards and the 47th People's Choice Awards, which aired on NBC. And this will be on September 12th on NBC.
That's funny.
Who doesn't like him? I guess we'll
Everyone
find
likes
out.
him.
He's
Yeah.
a lovable
Funny.
dude.
He's been around forever.
Been around forever. From Keenan and Kel to where
That's
he is
right.
now. He's been around forever.
So-
What's up
Was
with
he
that?
on whatever burgers, or was
What?
that
Yeah,
another
Burger
black
Time.
simile
Good burger.
trouble?
Good burger.
Good burger. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was that movie.
Now, how far are we going to have to go back on his Twitter to get him all fucked up.
He predates Twitter.
That's
I think.
true.
I mean, he's been famous since before.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Fat Albert, so that ties him to
Right.
Cosby. So I don't know if that's going to get him out.
I didn't
but
think about that.
you know, but
There's
he's
an old tweet is like, thank
you, Bill,
for this opportunity.
for all the great things you do. Like, just it has to be
Forgot,
vague
yeah.
enough that
That's
it's like
gonna be
no.
every decision you make is a great one.
It's
Bill.
a hard thing. Bill, we
That's
trust
a
you no matter. My trust in you, Bill, is what everyone's is.
Here's
It
a
should be-
picture of a blank check, Bill Cosby. Go for it.
Do whatever you need to
wanna
do.
Like those tweets will come back to haunt.
No. You've hosted stuff before. Hosting's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's you walk the line and
The,
you say,
the schedule is hard.
So we hosted the Critics' Choice Real TV Awards this past
June,
I
yeah.
think it was. My favorite joke that we wrote on it was, and we're now doing this in our act, was
marriage is hard.
according to Ben Affleck, it is hard. And it was hard. We found it was hard when the dog whisperer, Cesar Millan,
Got
got
divorced.
divorced. I don't know if you know this, but he got divorced. Apparently, he doesn't have the power to make everyone stay.
Or come. Folks, that is
Good button.
but no, we were like, we're going to do hardcore comedy, and they're definitely going to be like Real Housewives from somewhere who aren't going to get it. So we knew that we were walking into a room that wasn't necessarily.
So I
comedy
feel
friendly.
for Keenan. He's going to
have a lot
have
of-
his hands full.
It's a
trying to
hard-
make
it's
those
a hard
people
line to
laugh.
walk.
Do you think Kathy Hilton will be watching, and then she'll be like, Anthony Anderson is doing a wonderful job, a magnificent job of hosting
And then
the
they
show.
say, no, that's Keenan. And then she'll say, well, I thought he looked a little blackish.
And they're like, come on.
That's good.
Yeah, my
Hilton.
favorite Wayne's brother.
Jeez, come on.
Well, I have some news that I am personally very excited about. It has to do with Elton John, and it has to do with Tammy Faye. He has written a Tammy Faye musical about the lives of televangelists Jim and Tammy Faye
There's
Baker.
no way he wrote it.
What?
There,
He probably wrote a couple songs, and they're like, can we shoehorn these into this musical?
Well, he first started talking about this project, which he wrote with Jake Shears of the Scissor Sisters and screenwriters James Graham back in 2020. Now it's going to hit London this fall. Katie Braben, who starred in Beautiful, that was the Carole King musical, will play Tammy Faye, and Andrew Rannells, who everybody knows
I don't know
now.
anything about this, but I will say this.
I'm very excited.
Elton John has to let himself get old because he's doing the hair and
Oh,
the
I'm gonna
makeup
show you in
and
a
the
minute.
brooch and
Yep.
the stuff, and he's 79 years old.
Yeah.
Gay guys can't age.
They
It's
won't
part
let
of
them
the-
age.
So Elton
like
John-
Jackson Brown just looks like a good-looking
older
old guy. He
Looks like
just
an old
you
guy.
get to get old if
No,
you're in
he's-
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. If you're gay, you can't get old. You got to wear the same fucking outfit,
the
have the
pressure.
same hair.
So
let me say this.
pressure.
Elton John and Billie Jean King are becoming the same person.
They
They're
are.
right.
They are. And that's not fair. You're right. They should be allowed to get old.
get old.
Let them get old.
You're
wanna see
gay,
old-
they won't let you
That's
get
not
old.
fair. Let them get
I
old.
want to see old Elton John.
I wanna-
Like
I
old
want-
man Elton John.
Have you seen like Richard
I'm-
Simmons pictures and
Yeah,
stuff?
dude.
It's like weird,
I
same
know,
color
his
hair,
hair.
stupid outfits. Like you can't get
Richard
old if
Simmons.
you're
By
gay.
the way, TMZ is doing a deep dive on where the hell he is.
I know that's how I know.
He did the last.
So the last long form interview he did was on our podcast.
What?
Yes, he did an hour long. So we were on a flight. God, when was this, Rand?
2012.
We were on a flight back from New Orleans. We had done this all night thing for the O Awards or something in New Orleans, and we get in there, flying us back first class, which we don't often fly first class. We get in the lounge, and the lounge is like quiet and dead in there, and we're like, the lounge should be
Fun.
You guys are in first class. You should be celebrating.
Celebrate the fact that you're in first class. No, they don't.
Then it's like 8 a.m, and I
In
can
walks
like a gay tornado.
A gay NATO.
It was
It was
Richard Simmons.
It sounded like 8 people talking at once.
Look
Like,
at
"Get
you
over here!"
here.
It was insane. He's talking to everybody.
And his hair is
A
like
hurricane.
so wispy. It's
Hurricane.
like his hair is so wispy it's messing with the Wi-Fi. That's how wispy
I
his
had
hair is.
4 bars and I'm
Like,
down
what?
to 2 now. What's happening?
So then he gets on the plane, and we get on the plane, and he's in first class, and there's like a flight attendant welcoming everyone, and then he's right behind that person, also welcoming everyone onto the plane. Look at you, and then he looks back at me and Randy, who I guess we were seated in different seats,
different rows for
and
whatever.
he's like, "Wait a second." What are you or are you your brother? Who's here? What's going on? I need to talk to you guys. This is the pillow that was in my crib when I was born. I'm like, this is already too much information.
Too much information.
So much information. So Laura Dern's on our flight.
Wow.
Which is weird because we specifically requested a non-Dern
We requested a non-Dern flight, but she was there.
She's there. Anyway.
She's there. The Riz is in the thing. We're like, if this plane goes down, we don't even get mentioned in the
So
article.
midway through the flight, I'm going. Richard Simmons is sitting in the front, on the first row.
He's like stowed his
back up against the wall and legs underneath Dern's seat like he's a piece of luggage.
and he's talking to her about, I guess,
Ben Harper
breaking up with her.
They're both sobbing.
They're sobbing.
I go to the bathroom, and Richard Simmons stops me from the bathroom, and he's like, I want to kiss you on the lips, and I want to take you to Italy. To me.
Wow.
To which I'm like, what? You're not going to say anything to me? We're twins.
Yeah.
He knows where it is. So he's like, I was like, Richard, I am a happily married man. Are we talking about the Amalfi Coast? I could do that if it were separate rooms.
No, but and then he grabs Randy's hand. I watched this.
Grab my hand, pulls my hand down to me. I'm looking at Laura Dern, who's literally at my face. I'm like, Dern, what are we doing here? Dern. He takes my thumb and starts sucking my thumb. Richard Simmons. Now imagine
like
if I
a goat at a petting zoo
with nipple confusion. So imagine if I did that to a random woman on the flight. I just grab her hand and
You'd
just
be
start
pepper sprayed.
No, we would know who the air marshal was in like a hot second.
It's that guy.
They'd reveal themselves.
They'd be up
That's
and
the
you'd
guy.
be down, and they'd be on your back.
Yeah, that's an
Right.
Al Qaeda
Insane.
ruse move where
Right.
they try to mark the air marshal by doing the old thumb suck
They
trick.
ferret it out.
Pops out of the seat while we're taxiing.
It's like sending a guy in motion on third down. You're like,
Right.
I don't know
All
what the
right, the running
defense is.
zone.
I see
Okay.
what's going on. So
in being sexually harassed, Randy was like, all right, now that you did that to me, you got to come to our podcast. And he came and did an hour and was talking about his life and was like manic.
It was amazing.
He was going from
singing and then he was crying. It was an insane roller coaster ride of a thing. And that was the last big interview.
And I will say that it's like he felt like the world, this is our takeaway from that. He felt like the world wouldn't let him be gay in some way. He wouldn't even admit it we're like, Richard, we know who you are. We know what the story is. Just
But
be
I think
yourself.
he has so many housewives from the Midwest who are up the middle who wouldn't accept that lifestyle. It's like Elton John. I wonder if Elton John suffers, not to bring it full
Burning
circle.
their deal a meal wheels.
Yeah,
Right.
their cruise to lose, which my mom desperately wanted
Sweating
to
to
go
the
on.
oldie,
I'm
like
saying
throwing those
Elton
out.
John maybe is beholden to some gay mafia somewhere where it's like they won't let the guy age.
Let him get old. Let
him get
Richard
old.
Simmons be gay. Let him come out.
Like,
and be
I
this
think Elton
person.
John, when he was in the 70s and didn't wear the rug and was like,
Right.
he looked cool as
He was
shit.
cool.
He had
was
a
cool
nice
dude.
build. There's this
Interesting.
thing where when you're gay, you have to perpetually be sexually exciting to 19-year-olds. And I just say, let's turn the page on that. Go ahead and be older.
You know what's probably jarring is when Elton John and Billy Joel toured together because Billy Joel got old.
Billy Joel got
John
old.
didn't get old.
Billy Joe got old because his brother-in-law took all his money.
That's right.
Sorry, do you have a
Also-
picture? Bill,
Elton.
Elton?
They released that Elton John was at a party, I think in Cannes, and said, "Let's play the new Britney Spears song, the Tiny Dancer." Or, he calls it "Hold Me Close," "Hold Me Closer." So he decided to go up to the DJ booth and let them play it and check out the ensemble. Go ahead, check out the vibe.
Of what he's wearing. Oh, my God.
Let him
my
turn
God.
around. It's like a
He's
onesie.
shitting on a park bench.
So look at that. Elton, get him up on the he's got it's a pantsuit. It's
It's a
pajamas.
pantsuit.
Yeah.
It's like pajamas. Do they have feet on the bottom? Like
He also
footy
looks.
pajamas?
By the way,
Sort
nice
of
that they're
angry.
playing a little Leaky Lee up there.
Sure he is,
Here it
eh?
comes.
Let him talk.
Let him.
I don't think he does. I think he just enjoys.
He just holds the mic
adornment.
like a prop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's going to start talking.
But he wants him to get
Yeah.
quiet enough for him.
Are they gonna play the song?
No, they're just like, let's finish this song.
They gave him the mic way too early.
Yeah.
Right? That was
You know what I
too early of a mic handoff.
That was, here's a cigarette, and in 20 minutes, the lighter's
Hey,
coming.
can we get that knife out of there? They just cleared the knife. Hey, there's still some sharp scissors. We don't want that near him. Uh-oh, here he goes.
Britney Spears.
Oh, wow.
Elton John. Here we go.
Okay.
Helpful.
He said,
He's no DJ Khaled.
I
Singing
mean,
along.
he sounds like a guy who's trying to act like Elton John. Like, he doesn't really seem like Elton John.
Is Bernie Taupin dead, or did he kill himself shortly after this video came out?
He's not.
Those are the only two choices.
Either that or go into business with Gary Busey. If Busey and Elton John got together, and did a
man.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Doesn't he come across like your really brassy grandmother?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my angry grandma.
Yeah.
Look, we
Where
load
is
up
he?
the next Netflix
France.
specials. We just load up a town car with GoPros, and it's called Road Trip with Gary and Elton. And you just drive
I'm
to different
telling you,
locales
it
around
would be the
Southland.
most compelling piece of film you would ever. It would be.
It'd be art.
And then each day they had to swap outfits.
And, they'd be playing, Goodbye Yellowbrick Road and stuff, but let's not forget, Busey would be pulling out the Buddy Holly.
Oh,
yes.
right.
Oh, yeah.
He
The
has,
crickets.
like, Buddy Holly.
look at that.
Nice.
That's a recent picture.
From deep.
And by the way, I mean Gary Busey looks like if
Skeleton. Like if a skeleton just put on some skin and was like, I'm going out.
he
for
looks
the
like
day.
if a skeleton was Matthew Modine.
And Elton looks like a Play-Doh Ewan McGregor.
He's annoyed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch the shit out of that road
All
trip
day.
with
But I don't
day.
understand. So I don't understand why Elton John, and maybe that's why he is the way he is with the rug and everything. Why is he going to the DJ? Like at this point, you're like, you're Elton John, didn't you? You did it in front of stadiums.
But-
Yeah.
You don't
still
have to do it in front of
But
80
Richard
people.
Simmons is trying to impress a couple of C-list washed-up comics on a fucking Southwest flight. When it's in you, it's in
who
you.
you are.
You know what I mean?
I mean, when you got to do it, you got to let it out.
It's in you. It's
You
in
gotta
know what
suck the
happened?
thumb.
When it's in you, it's in you. The Elton John story.
Your problem with the no Dern flight was it's that problem with like saying no mayo gets you extra mayo.
right.
That's it.
You
I
said
should-
no Dern,
Dern,
and
and
they're
I
like,
got-
we got to get Lord
Yeah,
Dern on
I
this.
heard Dern.
I got Dern and her mother was on the flight.
Oh, wow.
Diane
They
Ladd.
double Derned
The
you.
double down Dern.
They
Cheryl.
double Dern me.
All right.
You do definitely sound like two people who didn't attend the Richard Slimmons cardio jazzercise class, which I did every Saturday.
So can I say this about I'll say this about when Simmons was on our podcast and he talked about his beginnings. So he was like a maitre d' at
Amici.
At Amici.
That, you
Wow.
know that Italian restaurant over
He was
on
a maitre d'
Dominion?
at Amici, and he wanted to start exercising. He was a fat kid, and
Yeah.
he wanted to start exercising and whatnot. And he had this idea. So he just takes every little bit of money that he had. This is back in LA when you could be a maitre d' and then still have a little bit of money on the
Sure.
side, and then still open up a tiny hole in the wall exercise thing. And he starts doing exercise. And he starts doing it in his way because he's crazy. And people would come and they would have a great time at the class. And it was like rich people. And then they started telling
Amazing.
other people. And then a producer from
General
Hospital. So he's friends with one of these hot, Beverly Hills wives who's not working. And they're like, hey, get over here and check this guy out. He's crazy. And they're like, let's put him on the show. I mean, but because he stayed true to the thing, this is what I loved about him. I was like, because he was like, I'm not trying to be an actor. I'm just going to go do the thing that I know how to do and do it great. This whole career and this whole life came out of it. It's amazing.
I don't want to be a one-upper, but when I was interviewing Susan Powder, sorry, but I talked some pretty heavy hitters on my pod as well.
Fair,
She
fair.
told me you got to breathe. That's the
gotta
important part.
breathe.
Is you breathe.
breathe.
Can't
Well,
go anywhere
Did
without
she still have
breathing.
the short haircut?
I don't know.
And
I don't know
I can
where
wa-
she is. She's insane.
I can
somewhere.
one up that because at Slimmons, at the very end, you'd have to grab a mat and he would give you a speech and cry. Of
course he would.
And on election night, we all grabbed a mat and he started crying and gave us the most amazing speech about being the president of our own hopes and dreams.
Great speech.
Yeah.
Powder gave that same speech.
gave that same-
She said ambassador, but it was the
Oh,
same.
okay.
Same thing.
She called it a breath ambassador.
I don't know why. I know I'm
Breathator.
on more than one spectrum. Like a lot of people are just have Asperger's or something. I may be on 8 spectrums,
Yeah.
but
Simultaneously.
including racism. I might just feel like I'm on a spectrum for everything. Didn't Amici, wasn't that the band that sung The Right Time to Roll to You?
Yes,
Del
Amici.
Amici.
Look around
Delamitri.
the
Delamitri.
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 That's
And the video is
spectrum part.
his face in a baby
In
carriage.
a baby. They
Wow.
push
Being
a
pushed
baby
around.
carriage in his face.
Don't you
Del
lose
Amici.
it,
It's great.
so pretty,
Pretty
baby.
baby.
Everything you
All right.
hope it would be.
There it is.
There it is.
Right
Delamitri.
situation.
Let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
I want to kiss you on the lips and I want to take you to Italy.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
The Nosebleeds. You can watch first episode free on UFC's YouTube channel. And, of course, live dates. Supernova coming up. You'll see them out in the parking lot arguing with the dude.
Yes.
We'll be in Ann Arbor at the end of September at the Comedy Showcase. What a great club that is.
And Dumb People Town, the podcast, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Vernon Davis Going Home is the name of the series. Episode streaming now on PureFlix. And until next time, this is Sam for Randy and Jason, Vernon, and Bald, and Gina saying mahalo.
All right, to the older player. The rookie's like, what are you doing this weekend? What are we doing? He's like, I'm going home to my family and my kids. It's like, remember we were running up and down the stairs of the stadium and everyone was going to puke? That was my vacation.
That's my day off. When you have little kids.
Day off. When you have little kids, you're like, I got to go home.
When I'm with my kids, I'm thinking about running up and down stairs and puking.